But because they kicked us out, they are haunted by thieving. Ukaba mukadzi wemunhu unoramba uchitya kuti murume wake achadzoka. Ukaba murume wemunhu unoramba uchiti murume wake aita sei achadzoka. This is what haunts the G40. That's why they will seize any opportunity to go to the press and claim that now we are with that one, now we are that one, we are that. It's wanted. But something interesting is happening in ZANU-PF. We fought for democracy. We made the people have the ability to express themselves as a voting public. They can publicly gather, they can associate, they can freely exchange their views. That right, we end it by defending them by removing the enemy and defending them. Once we did that, even for us, our veterans, our protection became the people. The people protect us, because democracy is the best protector in a free society. So we are protected by the people. So what is happening in ZANU-PF? The people have become conscious of who their enemy is, which is the G40. You saw the elections which happened in Mutsvangwa within the party last a week or 2 weeks ago. The Politburo, in its wisdom, sent a returning officer to go and conduct elections. Joram Kumbo is the returning officer. The results came, the people voted. The candidates of the G40 who were imposed as chairman, all the reports indicated that they are losing. And they are losing by a very wide margin. So, like dominoes, all the imposed chairmen of the G40, which are a reflection of the era when they were running the rooster in ZANU-PF, when they were very ascendant, chasing us out. All the other chairmen whom they imposed are under threat. It's a domino effect. There is no way people in Manikaland, people in March Central, people in Blawa, people in Blawa North, I mean in March North and March South, people in March West, everywhere. There is no way other provinces shall tolerate imposed chairman when Mutsvangwa has shown the way. That is what is threatening G40, the popular will of the people within ZANU-PF. What does it mean for us? The people eventually will win in ZANU-PF, and they will remember their war veterans who were victimized by the G40, and they will embrace their war veterans as part of the national democratic consensus. That's what I want to do. That's why the G40 is wanted, because the people are asserting themselves within ZANU-PF. So we want to tell you, we know who our enemies in ZANU-PF are. And I've mentioned before, there are others of lesser, you know, they are of no consequence, or they are just, they are paid, or because of they are empty, they do certain things. We don't particularly worry, because they have there are different levels of criminality, and there are also different levels of venality. Some are more, some are venal sins, and some are cardinal sins. So these ones I have talked to as a good Catholic are the cardinal sinners. Yes. Yes, we also want to address the issue. We have a permanent secretary in the Ministry of War Veterans. He's a civil servant. There is something wrong with that civil servant. He is looking for a political role. I know this young man. I first met him in 2008 when the party lost the elections, and he came in. And the first thing which he did was to try to threaten me when we were reorganizing the elections, the runoff, and by bossing out that he is a CIO and has been sent by the Director General. This is this young man. Now, there are certain bosses which you can to certain people, maybe if they don't have a history. I have a history. I went to that war in 75 when there were still about less than 5,000, 2,000, between 2,000 and 5,000 people in Chimoyo. Most of the big numbers increased to almost 200,000 in my presence, one way or the other in that war. So I know the evolution of the big critical mass killers who removed Ian Smith in Mozambique. I also know my colleagues from ZIPRA, because we worked over the years. So you can, I have a certain confidence about our partisan people, which cannot make me tolerate being intimidated by anybody, particularly young men whom I'm not even very sure about his role, because he appears to be youthful. But he was to try to boss me around by saying I'm coming from CIA. I want to tell you another thing. The first professional intelligence officers trained by ZANU-PF came under Comrade President Mugabe and Comrade Emerson Mnangagwa after 1977, after the Chicago Conference and at the Chicago Congress, which we chose President Mugabe as the fighters. The first training was done in Yugoslavia. I went into that training. So I know the field of intelligence as a pioneer from the ZANU side. We were trained by our colleagues who come from ZIPRA. We had been trained by the KGB. But the Yugoslavs were trained by the KGB, but they also had a Western experience. After independence, I went back to university to resume my studies because we won. The elections result came, I went back to university to resume my law studies. The CIO was started and I was called back to the party because there were not enough educated officers to go to the diplomatic section of the CIO, branch 2. So I was one of the first officers to go into Kogla, into that building, so, as an intelligence officer. I'm a pioneer there. And I went on to train in the Western countries with the British. I want to tell you that in terms of intelligence, I'm a pioneer, I know the field, and I'm what you call East meets West. I'm no longer that. That's my I'm no longer in that field. I'm a businessman, I'm a politician, I'm a diplomat, I'm not in that field. So I could not accept tough money to intimidate me, and I told him off. When I became a minister, he had changed now. He didn't want to come and boss me around by claiming to be the CIO because he knew I would cut him out. He then says I've been sent by top generals from the army. He was now wearing another hat. Now, when we were fighting, each time you're at the front, if somebody comes and joins your section from the rear, and he tells you that you must know that the man is likely to be a spy because he's trying to have authority which he doesn't have. I'm not saying he's a spy, but there's something about that young man. He's a busy boy.